everybody, welcome back to my channel for yet another Dazzled or Disappointed on a collection I could not pass up because I love Too Faced. I feel like lately they've gone back to coming out with some products that I've really been enjoying. And I love unicorns. I know that sounds really bizarre, but I really do think unicorns are just, I don't know, there's something about them. I love the colors. I don't know. They're pretty horses with a lot of color. So I do have a review for you, a Dazzled or Disappointed, on some of the items of the Too Faced Life's a Festival collection. I picked up 3 of the items. I'm hoping down the road to pick up a couple more, but for the time being, I do have a few to show you. And so with that, let's just go ahead and jump right into this Dazzled or Disappointed. Okay, first off, we are going to start off with the eyeshadow palette because that's probably the one we're going to get the most in-depth on. So first off, let me show you the packaging. If you've already watched reviews on this collection, because I think a ton of people received PR for this, so there were videos going up on this even before this even launched, of course. But if in case you haven't seen it, or I'm going to show it again, this is the box to the eyeshadow palette, super cute. And then you've got the boxes to the highlighter and the bronzer. And then I already owned the Unicorn Tears lipstick. We'll go into that here in a little bit. I don't have the box for that, of course. But that is what the packaging looks like. Super cute. The back of the eyeshadow box does have kind of a description as well as the layout of the palette. And then what's super cute is the top of the box has 3 stars. It says 100% magical, 100% mystical, and 100% Too Faced, which is very cute. Now, I'm going to read you the description on the back of each one of these items so you have an idea of what they are and what they are intended to do. So let's start off with the eyeshadow palette. It says, life's a festival with this ethereal palette of duochromatic shadows that shift in color and a happy mix of bold, creamy mattes, pearlescent pops of mystical shades, and an exclusive Unicorn Tears highlighter for face and eyes based on our best-selling lipstick color. For creamy depth and dimension, mix the formulas together to achieve a high-impact, out-of-this-world festival finish. The entire shadow formula is infused with rose quartz powder to add some love energy to your makeup, and the fresh dreamy scent will leave you with an enchanting, ethereal festival vibe. So I've never been to a festival. I kind of have gathered from, like, you know, Instagram posts and things like that, that it does involve a lot of this kind of stuff, like a lot of color, a lot of like bohemian type, you know, boho chic type stuff. And so now the claim about the scent, I actually have not, I don't know that, yeah, see, like I don't smell anything, basically. I have watched a couple of reviews where people say they do smell something kind of like a citrusy scent, and I don't smell anything but the packaging. So anyways, if you're concerned about scents, then I wouldn't be, because I really don't smell any. Maybe I got one that just is not as strong, who knows. But that being said, let's go into swatches. First off, I guess I have not shown you the outside packaging. This is what the package looks like. It is so super cute. It's a little bit puffy. So I have heard several people say this is a little too children's makeup themed for them, that it's just a little bit too childlike. It's a little too, looks like kids makeup. I'm gonna be honest, I love it. I've told you before, I love unique packaging, something out of the box, something different to the typical square palette that you can get each and every day. So technically, this is what I would love in an eyeshadow palette that's unique. It's got glitter. It's got the unicorn in glitter. Like I said, it is that puffy type of material, so some might find it cheap. I actually like it. So anyways, now that we've gotten past the packaging part, let me go ahead and go through the inside. Let me get you swatches. The mirror is not that big, so just keep that in mind. It's like a little cloud. And I'm going to go through and give you the swatches. The Unicorn Tears highlighter that it's referring to is this one right here, which is the biggest pan out of the bunch. So it is what I'm wearing on my eyes. Let's just jump into swatches. Okay, so here are the first 4. It's Young and Free, Euphoric, Rainbow Life, and Desert Vibes. And I'm going to tell you these swatch when you swirl your finger in the pan, very soft. Softer than what I remember Too Faced shadows to be. But that is those first four right here. You're gonna find a lot of bright shades, a lot of, I don't know if romantic shades is the word, but yes, a lot of festival type shades, a lot of bright and cheerful colors in this eyeshadow palette. Perfect for spring, quite frankly. The next four we have are Sunset Dream, Beamin', Fun in the Sun, and Fireflies. Fun in the Sun is one of the shades I am wearing on my eye today on the inner portion of the lid, and so here in a little while I'll zoom you in. Again, these are, as I mentioned in every video in which I do swatches, I do one swipe across my hand just for pigmentation purposes so that you can see I'm not building up or anything. It's literally just one swipe. I feel like that kind of helps out. I've got a chunk right there. Oops. And I totally swatched that with the wrong color. Okay, so that's what those look like right there. So you can tell based on last swatches and these swatches that it swatches very well. They're very pigmented and they're really not patchy. I mean, in all honesty, this is the kind of palette where you would say, okay, they probably threw this together and this is just gonna be, you know, kind of some patchy, I don't know, they just threw this together and it's not going to be the best quality, but quite frankly, they swatch very, very well. And there's, again, not a whole lot of patchiness. And also for these kind of duochromatic shades, they tend to require a lot of buildup because they tend to go on kind of sheer. But very, very good quality to have that much pigmentation in just one swipe. And I'm not digging my finger in the pan either, so. Okay, and then lastly we have Mystic Rain, which I wore yesterday. I'm sorry, I'm not wearing it today. Fantasy, I am wearing in the outer portion of my lid. We have Artist Pass, which I am wearing on the middle portion of my lid, and Dusk Teal Dawn right there, which is on my lower lash line. This is the Unicorn Tears highlighter. So let's swatch these bad boys. Okay, so that's what those look like with Unicorn Tears highlighter being down here. It's very, I don't think it's as duochromatic as I kind of had hoped it would be. The purple right here, you can tell, is a little bit patchy. And it is one that I expected to be just based on reviews that I had already seen, tutorials I had already watched. People were having trouble like building it up, and I kind of had that expectation. But quite frankly, I did not have the same issues other people had. Mine kind of built up quite easily, quite well, and even though it swatches kind of patchy, I didn't seem to have the same difficulty other people were having. I don't know, that's just me, but it does, I have to admit, swatch kind of patchy on my hand. Now, and the Unicorn Tears highlighter is what I'm wearing on my inner corner. I don't even know if it's showing up anymore because I have since, you know, I did my makeup, I've gone to church, we had to go run a couple errands, that kind of thing. It may have worn off by now. I know it mentioned in the description that there are, you know, it's a mix of mattes and duochromatic shimmers and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I am already going to tell you, for those of you who love a good array of mattes, so that you have a one-stop shop in your eyeshadow palettes, then this might not be for you, because really the only true matte I came across was Desert Vibes. I guess you can, I don't know what Fantasy is considered as. Let me see if the box says, because I didn't find it to really be a matte. But I found Desert Vibes to be the only true matte and absolutely the only transition color. So if you are one who likes a good array of, or like a good selection, maybe 2 or 3 different shades of a crease color, transition color in your palette, then this is also not for you, because that is literally the only transition shade that is in here. So the rest are going to be more your kind of satiny type shades. Now I'm going to zoom you in so that you can see what I did. Again, what I did was Unicorn Tears on the inner corner, Fun in the Sun on the inner portion of my lid, Artist Pass, which is kind of MAC's blue-brown pigment type, in the middle, and then on the outer I do have this Fantasy shade with Dusk Teal Dawn being on my lower lash line. I'm not wearing lashes today. I didn't have time to pop those on this morning. But I just kind of want to show you what I did, and I just Also popped Desert Vibes into the crease as my crease shade. So right there you have Desert Vibes, you've got Fun in the Sun, you've got Artist Pass, and then you've got Fantasy. Lower lash line is that Dusk Teal Dawn shade. And the thing about this palette, and something I had already seen, you can create a whole lot of like rainbow type looks. I mean, if you do 3 or 4 shades, you've got an array of colors on the lid, and this palette is very geared towards that. It's ideal for that. So if you are one who likes a whole lot of like bright, fun colors, then this would be for you. Now I'm going to go into more final thoughts so I can move into the other 2 products. I really found this to build up very well. I didn't find that I was having to layer and layer and layer to get good color payoff. I literally got good color payoff in one, you know, application of putting on my brush. Now I typically like to go in with a couple of layers, which I did, but this thing builds up very, very nicely. I love fun type colors like this, so I already knew this was going to be up my alley. It was just a matter of what's the quality going to be, and I am so impressed with this. This is an absolute Dazzled for me. I didn't think it was going to be. I really thought, and in fact, I kind of thought twice on whether I wanted to pick this one up or not, and I am so glad I did, because I love the shades. I love the fun looks you can create, and you can really go subtle with some of these if you like, or you can build it up to an all-out festival type look. So this is a Dazzled for me. I love it. It was $42. Let me see. You do get 12 eyeshadows at, let's see, 0.03 ounces, total 9.6 grams. That can't be right, because then it's got, okay, I'm sorry, I'm reading it wrong. 12 eyeshadows, it's 0.36 ounces each, and a total of 9.6 grams. So honestly, you're not going to use these every day, so this will take you a while to get through. I love it. It was $42, and I do think it was worth the price point. I'm so happy I picked it up. The other 2 items that I want to mention, I am also wearing today. So first off is the bronzer. This was kind of, I think this is a lot of people's like, I don't know if I'm going to pick this up, because who wants a glitter bronzer if I'm looking to bronze up my face? But I actually, and it does smell a little bit like the chocolate bronzers as part of their lineup. Let me kind of, without blinding you, let me show you what this looks like up close. Again, you've probably seen this so many times. It's the bronzer, and then you've got a unicorn in the middle that has a kind of lilac shimmer finish. So once you mix them, you get quite a bit of ethereal glow, I guess, if you want to call it. I will also say that the bronzer does kind of have like a shimmer finish. So let me give you a couple of swatches. One of the bronzer, and I'm going to give you one of the middle part, which is the unicorn. The shimmer that is in the unicorn doesn't seem to be an overspray. It seems to be built into the formula, which I really appreciate, because I hate it when you go through that overspray and you're like, oh, so sad, it's not sparkly anymore. But this is what that looks like. Do you see the sheen on that bronzer? So if you don't like this type of bronzer, like if you only like matte bronzers, then you won't like this one. But I used it, and what I did was I didn't swirl it. I patted it so that it wouldn't mix everything together, so it would have some on some of the bristles and then some of the bronzer on the other bristles, and it just mixed very, very well. So here's what that looks like. I'm not even sure if you're going to be able to see the unicorn portion, but it's very similar to the Unicorn Tears lipstick as far as the shade goes, and the bronzer just blends and builds up very, very nicely. I'm very impressed. I love it. I actually wish that it wasn't limited edition, because I have a feeling that once I'm out of this, I'm gonna be bummed out, because I really do love it. This is a Dazzled for me. I'm going to move you on to the highlighter. Now this one really does remind me of kiddie packaging, like children's makeup. This really does. The palette really doesn't, but this does. So I think it might be just because of the glitter stars. I don't know. I'm not sure. But anyways, it's in the same type of packaging as the bronzer, and this is what this looks like. It is a rainbow highlight, and I will tell you right off the bat, it does have quite a bit of sparkle. So if you are somebody who does not like sparkle in your highlight, you will hate this. Don't even try. And you can, I think I have found that you can use this a couple of ways. Now, one of the items that I told you I still want to pick up a couple items, I want to pick up the face spray and the brush. So I don't have either one of those. And I know they have suggested using the brush with this because you can sweep it. Now what I've been using is my Anastasia A23. Now if you use it the way that it's suggested, like you sweep it and then you sweep it on your cheeks, it's supposed to give you that rainbow, each stripe of color pretty much, a rainbow highlight literally on your cheeks. I have not done it that way. I've used my A23. What I do is I just kind of dip in wherever the brush may go and I just kind of sweep some on, let it mix together, and then wear it on my cheeks. It is what I'm wearing today. Now I will also tell you that I kicked it up a notch by using the Cover FX glitter drops, the champagne color, because I have found, I'm using a deluxe sample of those, and I have found that I am loving them. So if you love glitter, it's a great base to really amp up your highlight. But this in itself already has quite a bit of sparkle, and I love that. I love sparkle in my highlight, and I love the fact that you don't really get the same color twice. So like yesterday, for example, when I used it, because I go in kind of wherever the brush will go, and I had kind of like gold, kind of the yellow and bronzy shades on one cheek, and then on another I had more of like the blue and yellow, so it was kind of like a little bit of a different shift on each cheek, and I really liked that. I think that's kind of neat. I don't think you always have to have uniformity. I think it just makes it unique, a little bit more fun, especially again if you're gonna go to a festival or something. This would be perfect. Swipe that brush and do that rainbow highlight on your cheek. I love this. This was a Dazzled for me. Okay, so what I did for swatches of the highlight was I swatched each and every shade. Instead of swirling it all together, I did a swatch of each shade so that you can see what they look like individually. And so here is what they look like. I love that the blue, which is this one right here, it just perfectly mirrors the Unicorn Tears lipstick. So let me kind of give you the order in case you can't tell. That's the pink, then you've got the tan shade, you've got the yellow, the blue, and then the purple all the way up at the top right here. And that's what those look like. So again, those of you who are not into highlighters having if you don't like sparkle and glitter being all up in your business in your highlights, then you're not going to want this. This will be a pass for you. But for those of you who are into a sparkly highlight, that's what those shades look like. And again, I swirl them all together, but just so that you know how each shade swatches, that is what those look like. I do need to get you prices real quick on both the highlighter and the bronzer, but you know what, I just realized I didn't read to you the backs of the boxes. So the boxes match the packaging on each of the compacts. So let me tell you, for the bronzer, it says, for the first time ever, we've combined the effects of the warm bronze of sunlight, the ethereal glow of moonlight, and the twinkling effect of starlight together for a unicorn of a bronzer and a festival glow like nothing you've ever seen. I think that's I think that claim is true. Going on to the highlighter, this All Over Magic highlighter is the ultimate color strobe fantasy. For a true rainbow effect, pick up product from left to right with a flat, dense brush and apply in one single stroke. Or swirl the colors together for an effortless prismatic effect, which is what I was telling you. You kind of don't get the same effect twice, which is kind of nice. You don't know what you're going to get, kind of like a little highlighter roulette there. The formula is infused with rose quartz powder to add some love energy to your makeup, and the fresh dreamy scent will leave you with an enchanting ethereal festival vibe. Why am I not smelling this stuff? I just don't get that. Hold on, let me smell. Again, I don't smell it. If you're concerned about the scent, don't be. It doesn't smell like anything. So let me tell you real quick what the prices were. So the bronzer was $30, and the highlighter is $30 as well. So $30 for each compact, and then it's $42 for the palette. So honestly, kind of in line with what you would usually pay, not really anything out of the ordinary there. In fact, I think $42 for that palette is actually a really good price. The brush is $34, and I only had enough to get these 3 products, so again, maybe down the road I'll get, if they still have it, I'll get the brush and the facial spray, which I've heard smells delicious. So all in all, hold on, actually, the lipstick is not something, again, not something I bought with this collection. It's something I had bought back when it first was released, and I have loved this lipstick ever since, so I'm thrilled that they made a whole collection out of it. But in essence, this is what it looks like. Looks kind of intimidating. It is blue. Once you apply it, it's got such a beautiful shift to it. They just really did a good job with this. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so hopefully you can see that, I guess I should have worn it today. I didn't even think to do that, but that's what the lipstick looks like. Really, really pretty. Again, not your everyday and probably not the type of lipstick you would wear to the office, but on a weekend, on a, you know, special occasion, fun event like a festival, it's perfect. So I highly, highly encourage you to pick up this lipstick if you don't already own it, because it really is unique and worth your while. So all in all, back to what I was gonna say, is this collection is a Dazzled for me. I love it. I'm so glad I didn't pass on this one. I would have missed the boat because I really do love each product that I picked up. I think they hit the nail on the head and just really came out with a quality product. I feel like this could have been kind of a child's makeup type thing, and could have given it the least amount of effort, but I feel like it's good quality stuff. I'm thrilled with it. I love it. So happy I picked it up. All right, guys, I hope you have found this Dazzled or Disappointed helpful. I know this collection isn't going to cater to a whole lot of people. Again, the packaging, the glitter, the duochromatic kind of thing. And, you know, I mean, for some, you may love it, but that was my opinion. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful. You know I have to give you the verse of the day before I let you go. Today's comes from Titus 3:7, and it says, having been justified by his grace, we might become heirs, having the hope of eternal life. One of the things that happened this past week was Billy Graham passed away, and I will just tell you real quick, he was one of probably my ultimate role model. Not anything like, oh, I think he's the greatest thing ever, because he never wanted that. He only wanted the glory to go to God. But just the man was so humble, simple, and his message, his entire life, was just sharing the love of God and how important it is to obtain that gift of salvation, to just take Jesus up on his offer. And so in that sense, I just want to extend that same invitation to you. I hope, it is my prayer that you would give Jesus a chance. He loves you and wants the best for you. And the thing about it is, if you let him, he will pen and author every single chapter of your life, and he never does the bare minimum. He always goes above and beyond for his kids. And I just want to extend that invitation to you. If you don't know Jesus as your Lord and Savior, it is my prayer that you'll give him a chance. And I say that in all love, just because I do care, and I appreciate each and every one of you for watching. Thank you so much. I hope you've again enjoyed this Dazzled or Disappointed. I will be back very, very soon. You guys take care and have a great rest of your week. Bye.